Hi everyone, it's me, Miss Branch, the art teacher, and in today's lesson, we're going to be learning about shapes. I know you just watched the video with the shape song, so you got shapes all in your mind. So right now, today, we're going to start our shape gator. And this is what a shape gator looks like in the end. We get to learn how to make rectangles and triangles and squares and circles to make a shape gator. Now, I'm not sure if we're going to finish everything in one lesson. We'll probably do one lesson on the rectangles and triangles, and then we'll do another lesson for the squares and the circles so it gives our shape gator a chance to dry. All right. So, yes, you're going to need your scissors. We're going to use the regular glue this time. We're going to need the white rectangle and the green rectangle. And those other rectangles that you have in your packet for this project, put them off to the side. That's for part 2. All right, everyone. Let me go ahead and change my camera so that you guys can see what to do. All right. So first things first, we need to start. We have a rectangle, and we know it's a rectangle because it has 2 long sides and 2 short sides. But we want to make this rectangle smaller. So the first thing we're going to do is fold it in half. And when you remember, I call this fold hamburger. Let me bring the camera in just a little closer, make sure we got everything situated. My computer over there, we go. All right. So now we have our fold in half, and we can open it back up. And we made a line like we did in our first project. And this time I'm going to fold it up, making it a hot dog fold. Remember, make the edges touch and then slide your hand down like you're going down the sliding board. And now we have 2 folds on our paper. We have a hamburger, making a vertical line, and a hot dog fold, making a horizontal line. Now we need to cut those lines because we need these 4 rectangles. All right, so I'm going to cut. And then I'm going to cut. And then I'm going to cut. All right. So now we have 4 smaller rectangles. And we're going to use one of these for our shape gator's body. So we're going to put that one off to the side. Then we're going to need to take 2 of these to make the head and the tail. And this last one is going to become the legs. So we can put this one off to the side for later too. All right, so now we're going to make a triangle out of this rectangle. Now, what we need to do again is fold these papers in half. We're going to fold them in half, hot dog. Because we need them the long way. We need long triangles, so we need to fold them the long way. And I'm going to go ahead and fold this one, hot dog. All right, so now we have 2 smaller rectangles, but we're not going to leave them, and we're not going to cut the line. This line was to help us to find the middle of the paper so we know where to cut. We're going to cut from this corner to the middle line. Now, some people might have a little trouble, so I'm going to get my black crayon so that I can show you where we're going to cut. We're going to cut from here to here. And I'll draw a diagonal line so you can see it in case you need to see where the line goes. And again, then we're going to cut from here to this corner. And I'll draw a diagonal line connecting the corners. And now you can see how we're going to make our triangle. So now I'm going to cut that line. And guess what? The little scrap paper that came off also makes triangles. And I'm gonna show you a cool trick. You take these two triangles and you flip them and put them back together. We got a rectangle shape. Shapes make other shapes. That is so cool. But I'm going to take these and I'm going to put them in our scrap bag that we have because we're going to use all of our scraps in a project later on. So I hope you've been keeping all your scraps from our first project, and we'll keep scraps from all our projects if we have any scrap paper. Then let's do that again because we need a second rectangle. We need to turn the second rectangle into another triangle. Now, again, the French knows another trick, but I'm just going to show you. You're going to take my line, my dot here and here, diagonal. I'm going to draw a diagonal line from the middle to the end. And I'm going to do that again. I would need a diagonal line from here to here. From here to here. And it's okay if your line's not straight. Miss Branch's line isn't straight either. So just now cut the line and put your scrap off to the side, and then cut the line. And I'll put that strap off to the side. Let's see, there we go. So now I have a triangle for the head, a triangle for the tail, and I have a rectangle for the body. But now I need to turn this one for the legs. So let me put my pieces off to the side. I'm not ready to glue just yet. So now what I'm going to do is fold this piece in half. Because we're going to make short rectangles now. And then I'm going to fold it in half again. And pinch and slide. Now, when I open it up, guess what? I have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 rectangles. And so now we're going to cut those lines. Now we have legs for our shaped gator. So now we're going to be able to put legs on. But of course, we're going to have to make some more triangles for the teeth and the claws. And Miss Branch has had another idea. We probably don't need that big white rectangle. I think I'm going to use one of the skinny rectangles. All right. So now, if you saw the video on how to use the glue in the pre-art how-to videos, you know that we do not a lot, just a dot. A dab of glue will do. Now watch, watch, watch. I'm going to twist the nozzle. And if there's some dry glue at the top, I'm just going to scrape that off. And you're going to put the tiniest, tiniest of dots. One dot. One tiny dot. Now I'm going to put a second dot. 2 dots. I'm not squeezing the bottle. I'm not letting it drip out. I am carefully putting my dots on my paper. Now, you can rub these dots and spread this glue because this really is a lot of glue. Glue is stronger when you use just a little teeny bit. If you use a lot of glue, the paper gets wet and then it takes a long time to dry and they don't stick together. So what I'm going to do now is glue my head onto my shaped gator's body, and I'm going to lay this on the glue. But then I'm going to rub it back and forth a little bit, and I say rub a little bit, and it sticks. Now see? Just a little bit of glue. If I had used a lot of glue, this would not be sticking. It would fall off because it would be too wet. Now I'm going to turn it to the other side, and I'm going to do that same step again. Not a lot, just a dot, a dab of glue, Will do. That dot kind of stretched out when I did that, but it's still just a little bit of glue, just a little teeny, tiny, itsy, bitsy dot. That time I wrapped it around so that it would not come. I'll even bring it even closer. Watch again. Itsy bitsy teeny tiny little dot of glue. And now, let me raise this back up. I'm going to put my other triangle for the tail. And again, I'm just going to take it and rub a little bit. And it sticks. So now I have my shaped gator's body. Now it's time to put on the legs. So look, I'm going to put one here, and one here. Three. That's actually three. And number 4. So my shape gator is going to have 4 legs. And again, this time because it's smaller, even smaller rectangles than these triangles, I'm just going to put 1 dot for each leg. 1, 2. Notice I'm not putting it on the very edge. You don't want to put it on the very edge because sometimes the glue will squirt out on the sides. And it takes a while to get control of the glue bottle. Sometimes you squeeze too hard. Sometimes you don't even know your own strength. But with time, you'll get better at making small, tiny dots of glue. Now, what I'm going to do is rub this a little bit. And it sticks, see? And now I'm going to put the other one and rub a little bit. And it sticks. And I'm going to rub a little bit. And it sticks. And I'm going to rub a little bit more. And it sticks. So now I have made some rectangles and triangles. And now it's in the shape of a alligator, but I'm calling it a shape gator because we are making them out of shapes. I'm going to lay him here. And at first I was going to make our triangles from this paper, but now I think I have a better idea. Nope. That's not going to work because then we'll end up making squares, and we don't want to make squares just yet. We want to stick to our triangles and rectangles. All right, Miss Branch, scratch that idea. We're just going to use our paper like the first part of the project. I was thinking I could do something else because Miss Branch's brain always is thinking of new ways of doing things. And we're going to do the same thing we did to the green paper. So we're going to fold this in half, hamburger. And then we're going to fold this vertical hot dog. And we're going to have these 4 lines again. And we need to cut them. I'm cutting the vertical line. And then I'm cutting the horizontal line. And right now, we only need 1 small rectangle for now, because we're going to even make this a smaller rectangle. I'm going to put these 2 pieces off to the side, and you could even put them in your scrap bag for now. We'll get to them. If we need them, we'll take them out the scrap bag, but I don't think we need them. So now, let me see. I think I want to do... Nope, I think that'd be too big. Those teeth will be huge if we do that fold. Let's do a hamburger fold. And then we're going to fold that hamburger over into a hot dog. So now it's a skinny. And when we open it up, we're going to have 4 spaces. Miss Branch cut them. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to put these off to the side because we're going to need them. We might need them depending on. So now I'm going to fold this in half again, making another smaller rectangle, and fold it in half again. And I just made a bunch of small rectangles. And I can cut them again. Smaller rectangles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, when we made our triangle, I drew the line so that you guys can see where the line is, but you don't always are going to be able to draw a line when you need to make a triangle. But you know, if you go corner to corner on a rectangle, you will make a triangle. So what I'm going to do is open my scissors mouth wide and put this corner. Let me get real close to the camera on the corner. And I'm going to cut to the other corner. And I just made some triangles by cutting corner to corner. And these are going to become my shape gator teeth. It's going to have triangle teeth. Let me do that again. Corner, corner. And now I have some more triangles for teeth. Let me do that again. Corner, corner. I have more. And one more corner, corner. And now I will have some teeth for my shape gator. And the reason why we're sticking them off the side, because when we flip, this is all the back. When we flip it over, the teeth will be sticking out of the mouth. So that's a cool thing when we're gluing them on the back. All of this is the back. And flip, we got the front. All right. Let me go ahead and slide my shape gator. Oop, they fell off. It's okay. Over. And I'm going to do my tiny dots again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And again, Miss Branch probably, well, if you watch the video, you saw what to do if you make a dot too big, you can share it. So if you make any of yours too big, you can always go back and share it with another piece of paper or whatever else you're gluing down. And so now I'm just doing my little rub a little bit and it sticks. 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 So now we have our mouth, and I'm going to carefully flip it over so you can see how the teeth now sticks out of your shape gator's mouth. Now we have to make some claws. Now the claws are real skinny triangles. They're not as big as the teeth triangles, so we got to make them skinnier. And I'm going to show you a quick trick on how to make real skinny triangles. All right. So we're going to take another one of our rectangles that we have over here on the side, and we're going to fold them into smaller rectangles again. Fold and fold and open up. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to cut the diagonal to make the triangle like we just did. But now we're going to cut a triangle in half. Watch how we do that. I'm going to turn it around so the pointy part goes in the scissors. And then I can cut it again. And I made a skinny triangle. So I got 1, 2. Watch me do that again. I'm going to cut. I'm going to put it into my scissors, the skinny part, and cut. Now, you could do it the other way too. I'm going to show you. Okay, I make my triangle. So you could cut from the bottom and then just cut to the point. If that's easier for you, because you have more to hold on to. You can do that too. All right. So let's see. So far, I have 8. So 1 foot, 2 foot. Red foot, blue foot. I think that's a Dr. Seuss book. Or at least it sounds like, no, I think it's red fish, blue fish. Not 1 foot, 2 foot. Well, anyway, Miss Branch cracks herself up. There's 4. So that's for my third leg. And then the last of the claws, I'm going to go ahead. Oop, I'm putting in a separate pile. There we go. And I'm gonna move these over just a little bit. Let me bring my camera up a little more so everybody can see. And I'm gonna move the extra scrap papers over. I probably won't need these, but in case you lose some your toes, you can always cut some more from here. But I'm gonna go ahead and stick these in my scrap bag. And now what I'm going to do is put one dot. And that one dot, let me bring the camera in. I'm going to spread it with my finger. See, I told you, one tiny dot is really a lot of glue. Now, when you have glue on your finger from the video, you know you just rub your fingers together and get rid of the glue. And so now I'm going to take 1, 2, 3, 4. And I got 4 toes on this foot, or 4 claws. Still toes, because you got a claw. Have to have a toe to have a claw. That dot's a little bigger, but it's okay. I'm going to spread that glue, and I can rub the extra glue off my finger. And then I'm going to take 1, 2, 3, and 4. And it's okay if they're crooked. It'll give it your shape gator some character and it'll look funny. And now I'm going to turn it around and do this side. Again, one tiny dot. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do both dots. And then I can spread them and clean my finger at one time. 1, 2. And then I can clean my finger. Rolling my fingers together, rubbing them together, getting it, drying the glue up and then letting it fall right on off. So now, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, there we go. So now this is all that we're going to do for lesson 1. We're going to let our shape gator dry completely so that we can make our squares in the next video and circles for the decorations or some details on our shape gators. So that lesson's a lot shorter than the first lesson. So let me switch my camera. So everyone, I will see you in the next lesson, and that'll give our shape gator time to dry, especially if you use just a little too much glue. It'll definitely give it a chance to dry. So I will see you then.